In part one, we talked about how Reverend Do You Wrong has been trained by his father in the ministry, Reverend Rufus Jackson, on how to become a crooked jackleg preacher. And Reverend Do You Wrong has been an associate minister over here at St. Slap-a-Bitch Church for a few years. Now, Reverend Rufus Jackson shows no signs of retiring because, once these black Negro preachers get in there, they will die out before they actually step aside and let a young nigga preach. So what happened is Reverend Do You Wrong said, fuck this. I cannot wait for Reverend Rufus Jackson old ass to retire. I'll never get a church. And so what happens is another church is interested in his services. Deacon Ain't Shit over at Mount Shooter Nigga Baptist Church needs a new pastor. Now, it's a small membership, but they got some money. So what they're going to do is they're going to say, hey, listen, Reverend Do You Wrong, we want you to come over and preach for us. And, if it works out well, then we want you to apply for this opening position as senior pastor at Mount Shooter Nigga Baptist Church. So, Reverend Do You Wrong says, okay, he goes over there and he, first thing he do is sing the old ship of Zion, because that's what these niggas do. Before they preach, if they can sing, 'tis the old ship of Zion, 'tis the old. And all the old ladies go, yes, sir! They going crazy. He gonna get him with that song first, or he'll sing a Dr. Watt or Father, I Stretch My Hand. One of them old nigga slave songs. Everybody goes crazy. Then he preach and he hoops them, the Lord, go crazy. And then all the people, all the old people, I want him to be my pastor. This is who I want for the pastor. So he's nice to the members. He goes home, and then Deacon Ain't Shit call him about a few weeks later. Hey, Reverend Do You Wrong, we'd like for you to apply to the senior pastor role at Mount Shooter Nigga Baptist Church. Okay, and so when he looks at the application, there are certain qualifications that he must have to be the pastor. Must be over 30 years old, check. Must be married, check. His wife is fat and ugly, but that's another story. Must be a college graduate. Now, this is the problem, because he's not a college graduate. So he says, damn, I can't apply for this church. So he calls his main pastor, Reverend Rufus Jackson, because preachers, when they talk, they call you the doc. So, and Reverend Rufus, hello, hey pastor, this is Reverend Do You Wrong, man. I got a situation. Oh, what is the problem, son? Well, they said I need a college diploma to apply, but I don't have one. Well, listen here, young brother. This is what you do, doc. Why don't you go over to Reverend Brown? He got a bootleg school, St. John the Baptist Ministry. Go over there and give him $100, and he'll give you a doctorate in ministry in 30 minutes. What? Yeah. Go there. Tell him I sent you now. He might give you a hookup. Instead of costing $100, it'll only cost you $99.99. Okay, so he goes over there. Reverend Brown got this old school in the shack, and it's a big printing machine, and he paid $99.99, and he gets this doctorate of ministry with an all A's transcript. He applies. Now he's Reverend Doctor Do You Wrong. Oh, we need to interview him. Oh, he go back and preach again, hooping. The crowd go crazy. So they said, well, Reverend, based on your skills and leadership and education, we'd like to offer you the senior pastor at Mount Shooter Nigga Baptist Church. So he takes the position. Now, remember the deacon Ain't Shit, who's the head of the deacon board. Let me tell you niggas something. In the black church, the deacon board serves as the Congress. They should be the people who will remove you, the pastor, if you fuck up. Or they may have a board of a committee, but but really the guy who really runs the church is Deacon Ain't Shit, because he's the one that made the call out. He's handling our church's business. The trustees handle all the money. So because, though, Reverend Do You Wrong doesn't want regulations, he has to find a way to get Deacon Ain't Shit out the church. And he got to get the trustees out of church because his plan is to have the checkbook for himself. So, but at first, he's cool with everybody. Showing up to church, not making any severe changes. Okay? Because the people don't know him that well. So he's preaching every Sunday, but he notices that the music ministry is not as good. They got an old rinky-dink piano player and all that. So, but he got a young cousin that's gay, probably. His name is Pierre with a pink suit. He's bad on the organ. So he, hello, this is Pierre. Hey, cuz, look, I'm gonna need you to come over here and play this organ and bring some of them fat bitches what you sang in the choir. Now, because that's what he got to do. And now he come in and get this B3 Hammond organ and get it installed in the church. So he can have them playing them preaching chords, all of that, the shout music. So that's his thing. The first thing he makes that church service more entertaining for these niggas. So now he got the good organ, Pink Pierre with the pink suit on there, the big fat Sister Bertha, Sister Leo Tisha singing in the choir. Oh, that church is growing. Now, since the church is growing and the members are new, now some of the older members are on his side. But see, him and the deacon are having creative differences in the church because the church is starting to get a little bit more contemporary, new, and they like them old songs. So the church is changing too quick. So the deacon is trying to find a way fighting for power. But Deacon Do You Wrong is becoming a dictator. He starts making sermons about the deacon indirectly and start turning the members against the deacons and anybody who hates him. Eventually, Deacon Ain't Shit just says, fuck this, I'm leaving the church. And everybody who opposes the pastor, it's just easier for them to leave the church. They're being ostracized. He turning folks against them. Now the pastor has all of the power. Gets to write the checkbook. Now when he's negotiating the salary again, he's going to ask for certain things. What is this nigga going to ask for? He's going to ask for full health and medical. Now, even though the church is small, 300, he's going to ask for $80,000 or $90,000 a year. He's going to ask for a credit card expense. He's going to ask for full health and dental benefits plus a housing allowance. Never mind, he don't want to stay in that church parsonage. And also, he's only going to come to church 2 days a week. Now, what's that mean? He only wants to come to church on Bible study and Sundays. Because the nigga is too lazy to show up every day and keep his office hours. He's not going to do that. Now, let's talk about the business meetings. This is when the church should be able to discuss all of the money being spent in the church. And they should happen every month. Reverend Do You Wrong, though, does not want to do this because then he has to explain all the money he's fucking up in the church. You see, he got to explain that. So instead of having the business meeting every 30 days, it'll make it every 90 days, and he will cut that shit short. Because then again, he has to explain why he's spending all the goddamn church's money and all of this shit. And he's now the CEO of the church and that's the whole, I'm gonna do that in part 3. But now we see that Reverend Do You Wrong has become a complete dictator. He has went from being an agreeable preacher to now getting rid of everybody who helped him get in that have opposed him. And he will start appointing people to certain positions that fuck with him. His wife may be a co-pastor. He'll have certain people teaching the Bible study. That's all be his friends. Okay, this is what's going to happen. And now we're going to get into part 3, where I'm going into detail about other stuff. But for right now, this is enough. I think I kind of, gave you a little taste of what's going to happen in part 3. But in part 2, this is what's going to happen. He has gotten rid of everybody in the church that has opposed him. He is now a dictator. The CEO has a church checkbook, has a credit card. He has everything set up to where he has a lot of idle time. Now, I'm going to talk about what he does with this idle time in the next video. Pastor's appreciation, all this other shit, paid trips. But we'll do this stop here for right now. And again, I want to thank everybody for your support. Let me do this real quick. There's my new comic, Dr. Aktion. It's in the comment section. Go check it out. It's free. Just click on it. Read it for me. Email me. Tell me how you like it. All of you brothers have really chipped in. Those of you who helped tell people about this channel, you have really helped grow it. And now you're seeing what we're doing in the Negromanosphere.com Dr. Aktion comic. We're coming out with a web comic now. But click on the link. The Dr. Aktion comic is the first thing in the comment section. You can go get your free ebooks. On the comment after that, click on the landing page. If it doesn't work, my email's there. You can email me. I'll send them to you manually. And for those of you who want to support what we're doing on Negromanosphere.com, I urge you to become a Patreon. If you kind of like on the limb, you really don't believe in what we're doing, read the comic first. Read the comic and see what we're doing with just the donations that we have gotten. 3 ebooks, a comic, 600 articles on the website, all from a medical student guy in Poland that does this part-time by putting black men's money to work for building up a community. We're coming out with a forum on the site. We have content coming from Donovan Sharp, Ron Will, Solo TV 84. We're paying brothers. This is what we can do if we have your support, black men. And we're the only guys on YouTube that are doing this. So again, thank you for your support. Help us out, support us. We'll be able to do more. We have another ebook coming out that will be free for you brothers. Why men should stop helping women. And we're coming out with another book in April, How to Overcome Being Raised by a Single Mother. And again, the buffoonery of these jack-legged black preachers, they remain at an all-time high. I'm out.